TalkTalk.com.
And we are back on CentralValleyTalk.com. Let's talk business. Let's talk about Porterville.
Sounds good to me.
With my friend Donette Carter, who usually brings me irises.
I am sorry I didn't bring your iris. I will make an extra stop up.
The Iris Festival is coming up.
Yes, we
the
have
end of April.
Yes, our 16th annual event. The Purple Iris is, of course, the city
Well,
flower.
you're dressed appropriately.
Yes. Spouting my purple today. So, yeah, we're really excited. We have over 30,000 people who attend the event annually, and with over 200 vendor booths. We have crafters and food booths, and we have 3 entertainment stages. And, of course, it's all free to come into the event.
We like
free. And last year we were so excited. We have a new component of the event that is coordinated by In Spirit Incorporated. It is the Festival of Colors run. So everybody comes out, does the 5K walk run, and then they proudly event showing off all of the beautiful colors. It was
Is that where they throw the powders at them?
Absolutely, yes. And we have lots of people who stand in line to volunteer to throw powder, by the way. So that's a lot of fun.
I've been to one of those at Woodward Park, and it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so with that, and the chili cook-off happens that day with the event, and then we're very excited to introduce a completely new element. We have a salute to the military exhibition. So we'll have a lot of military vehicles out there. We'll even have recruiting booths and information booths. And a lot of patriotic music that'll be playing in that area too. So there really is something for everyone. It's a great family event to come to.
Now, why don't you make it a 2-day event? Why not the whole weekend?
You know what? We are going to look at that for next year. Thank you. Yes, and we have a lot of vendors who have asked us about that too, because they'd love to come in and set up, stay for 2 days. So we are seriously considering that. You know, maybe year 17 will be the year to do that, to move into that.
You could turn out to be as big as Big Hat Days.
I know. I was just there too.
100,000 people. Were you?
Yes, I love Big Hats Days, and my colleague over at the chamber that hosts that event, I'd love to come to that event. And we come and talk to vendors too. So we have a lot of vendors that are crossover vendors that go to both events, and so that's where I get my push too. That okay, it needs to go 2 days on it. So we're looking at that. We're going to consider that seriously.
All right. Listen, when I think Porterville, irises isn't the first thing that comes to my mind. So take me back. What's the connection between Porterville and irises?
Well, in 1963, January of 1963, it was actually officially proclaimed as the city flower, the purple iris.
50 years ago.
50 years ago. And so that is where we came up with the idea about 18 years ago, started talking about doing an Iris Festival event to celebrate that city flower and just to have a festival for the community benefit. And it has also become a great tourism draw. We have people who come in from Los Angeles especially to come to the festival, to attend, have a good time. You know, Porterville's a wonderful, quaint community. We have over 55,000 people, and we still remain small. And, you know, just to come and visit our downtown area, it's a great day to just come out, bring your family, and have a good time.
You know what? It's been, I can't remember the last time that I went to Porterville. Would I recognize it if I haven't been there in a few years? Has it changed, or has it exploded?
It has changed. I wouldn't say it has exploded, because we still maintain that small town uniqueness, but we have a lot of new businesses that have come into the area, and we have a park right in the center of downtown and more murals too. We actually have a 100-foot mural that is centered in Centennial Park, which is actually where the stage is, our main stage, sponsored by Family Healthcare Network, that actually has all of our entertainment that's happening.
Are there irises on the mural?
Not on that mural, but we have another mural that is really just across the street that definitely has an iris, and it really is a celebration of the city flower and a tribute to that. This mural, the one in the park, actually, Porterville has a very long history of bands. We are actually reported to have had the first marching band, high school marching band in the United States, as it's told to me. Yes,
first?
That's what it's been told. Yes. So I don't know who verified it, but that's how it's been told to us.
How could that be?
I don't know, but it was way back when. And so bands and music really have a stronghold within our community, very deeply rooted. So we have this mural that takes you from the early 1930s all the way up to the current bands within our community. Our high school bands are very, very popular and travel the world, literally, and have gained a lot of recognition for their performances.
Is it Monachi?
Monachi High School and Porterville High School.
And they both have big bands?
Both of them have big bands, and then we also have Granite Hills High School now with a band. But I think it really started with Porterville High School initially, and with Buck Schaefer. And Buck took our bands everywhere. I mean, our bands have, performed in Carnegie Hall. They go to parades across the world, literally. Literally, they're always traveling and doing something and representing Porterville and the Valley very well.
Buck Schaefer.
Buck Schaefer, yes.
Tell everybody who Buck Schaefer is.
Buck Schaefer is well, he is the band director. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years
Right.
ago, but this mural really is in tribute to him, and the other ones, Dale Anderson as well, who's still living. But Buck really brought music to the forefront in our community. He was Mr. Music, and just a wonderful, wonderful gentleman who really was a steward of the community as well. And now Jim Cusero is the band director at Porterville High School, and he actually had been one of Buck's students. And so it's been many years, you know, a long history of that. So
Continuing the tradition.
Continuing the tradition. So Porterville's a great community. I sometimes feel like we are the hidden gem out there, kind of, you know, tucked away within the far regions of Tulare County, and we have, you know, we're right as a gateway community to Sequoia National Forest and also the giant Sequoia National Monument. And if folks have not been up, you definitely have to come and look at the Trail of 100 Giants. I mean, to stand up next to those sequoia trees is truly awesome, and you really appreciate what Mother Nature has made for us.
And if you like to gamble, you have
Yes, we have Eagle
Mountain.
Mountain Casino, and they, of course, are sponsors for the Iris Festival, along with the Tule River Tribe. And the tribe has some wonderful powwows, too, that happen throughout the year. So we have one for the youth that's coming up in June, and then one in September, which is the adult powwow, which still features the children.
That casino's bringing a lot of nice entertainment to town, too,
It
isn't it?
is. They have a great entertainment venue, and they bring a lot of name stars into that to
Which has to help the
perform.
local economy.
It absolutely does. They are a wonderful tourism partner for us. We do have a lot of tourism travel, you know, that folks that come into the area. We have busloads of people who come in too. People who come up to the casino, people who are coming up to go through Sequoia National Forest, and then of course you can connect over and get into Sequoia and Kings Canyon National
Sure.
Parks as well. So it's, you know, Porterville's a great place to be. And the business community, of course, everyone after the recession, we're all coming out of that and things are popping. We just got a 9-room courthouse. We have new development that's happening around that, as well as some of the other, you know, a lot of actually private sector types of initiatives that are happening within the community.
Okay. All right, so the Iris Festival coming up at the end of this month. What are
Yes.
some of the other events, quickly, that you have
Okay,
coming
we
up
have
throughout
the
the year?
Porterville Fair that's happening middle of next month, and that's a longstanding tradition.
That's May?
In May, it starts right around May 14th, a 5-day fair, longest running local community theater as well, the Barn Theater that's in town, and they always have productions year round. And then with the fair, we should say too, our fair has never been financially supported by the state. So all these others that are struggling, we haven't had to struggle because we've always been community supportive. They raised $250,000 at the fair auction for the livestock auction
Wow.
in Porterville. So it's pretty exciting. So with that, and we have a great Freedom Fest event coming, and then we have one of the biggest Flag Day celebrations, you know, that you're going to find in the valley. And then also that's followed, you know, 6 months later when we have Veterans Day. We have one of the largest Veterans Day parades, usually about 180 entries in a parade in Porterville.
That's pretty impressive.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is there a website people can go to find a list of all these activities and events?
We would love to send people to the portervillechamber.org, which is where we have a list of all of the items that are happening. If you're looking at business, we also want to suggest that you go to chooseporterville.com. And then we have a great collaborative that works for regional promotion of tourism, and because we feel like, you know, you come into our area, but we also want to share within our whole region for Tulare County. So we also would recommend that people check out discoverthesequoias.com, and you'll find out what's happening within our whole region.
Okay, there you go. Several different alternatives for you.
Yes.
Dawnette Carter from the Porterville Chamber of Commerce, thank you so much.
Thank you. So good to see you, Mike.
Iris Festival coming up April 26th, and we'll be back with more on CentralValleyTalk.com.